Hey everybody. So if you missed class or need a little reiteration for what we did in class, we are at the bottom of chapter 2 and this practice exam. It is a practice exam. Don't get worked up because I'm more concerned about teaching you how to fish than give you the fish, if you understand what I'm talking about. So if I click on this link, I'm going to move myself here, you will see a practice AP government exam. Now, the format's pretty simple. There's just two parts. The first part, 55 multiple choice questions in 80 minutes. And then the second part, you will have 4 free response questions or FRQs, and you get 100 minutes, obviously, 25 minutes a pop. So, what I want to focus on are the various stimuli you're going to see and this idea of process of elimination. And these are all the stimuli that we need to master to have success in May. So on this test, you will see a line graph. Hopefully you're good with those from economics and math. Political cartoons. Okay, that's another type of stimuli. A bar graph. And there's several of these where they give a description of the term up top, and you need to pick the most correct terms, and there's several of those on there. Now, these infographics, people have a tendency because they're very busy that you get absorbed and it can take a lot of time. So be cognizant when you hit an infographic, don't put all your time into that. Even though 80 minutes seems like a lot, if I spend 5, 7, 10 minutes trying to interpret this infographic, it's going to put me behind the 8 ball. Okay, and some other stimuli we will see. So a map, okay, with the key, being able to interpret that key. Okay, and we have a pie chart, and that is it. Okay, so if you want to practice this, because it's a practice, the multiple choice answers are there. There's no credit for cheating, so I would suggest you take it straight away and then see how you did if you were absent. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is process of elimination. So with this test or any other multiple choice test, a lot of people have a tendency to try to search for the correct answer. I'm going to ask you to flip the script a little bit and go in reverse. So if you look at a multiple choice question, 2 of them are fairly obviously wrong if you have some content knowledge. Now, the hard one is the distractor. Now, there's one that seems almost right, and then there's the correct answer. So what I ask people in class to do is identify the bad ones first, put a slash through it. And if it's one that has potential, you circle it. And what we're doing is we are playing the odds, right? So 1 out of 3 is better than 1 out of 4. 1 out of 2 is better than 1 out of 3. And ideally, we all pick the right one. So we talked about that process of elimination and how to deal with these various stimuli. The good news is majority of the people felt really comfortable with these stimuli, and I thank my colleagues that helped me out with this. Okay, so that's the multiple choice part. So if you miss class, you can do it digitally, you can print it out and see how you did. So the second part of the AP government test are the free response questions. Now, the free response questions, the hard part's going to be the pacing. And I know early in the year it seems, oh my goodness, 4 answers in 100 minutes or 55 questions in 80 minutes. Bear in mind, this reading is pretty robust. This is not light reading. So, what we did in class is we worked on just one of these. And for the sake of time, I am not going to do that. But what I'd like you to do is practice if you were absent, take the multiple choice. You can grade yourself here. And then you can look at these as well. But in reality, if you are taking this test and you're absent, I would love for you to run it by me because time won't allow me to go through the details here. But you can see there's pretty explicit breakdowns of how you did well and what to look at. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to pepper in some exams, throughout the year and toward the springtime as we get closer to the test. I'm going to hit you with more. We're going to do more timed items and try to simulate the environment we're going to see in May. But for now, if you understand the 2 formats of the exam, you understand the different stimuli that are required to master, and you have the gist of the FRQ, I'll call it a day. Okay, and we'll get into more details and fine tune things as we get closer to the test. So that is it, and I'm certain we're going to get better every time we do this. I'm optimistic, I really am. So thank you for watching.